On April 21st, 2025, the world was stunned when the Vatican announced the passing of Pope Francis, the 266th leader of the Catholic Church, at the age of 88. His death came mere hours after he appeared at St. Peter's Square during Easter Mass, where, despite his frail condition and reliance on a wheelchair, he blessed the crowd, waved to the faithful, and delivered a powerful message calling for peace in Ukraine and Gaza. Denouncing the thirst for death in global conflicts, his words, read by an aide, became his final public statement. According to the Vatican's medical report, Dr. Andrea Acagani, Director of Health and Hygiene Services at the Vatican Governorate, confirmed 3 direct causes of the Holy Father's death: a cerebral stroke, coma, and irreversible heart failure. His medical history included respiratory issues from bilateral bacterial pneumonia, bronchiectasis, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and complications from a lung surgery in his youth in Argentina. Yet, the abruptness of his passing, following a public appearance, sparked widespread speculation. A faithful Argentine questioned, if he was so ill, why was he allowed to appear before the public? Some bitterly called it a performance before the final farewell. Despite the Vatican's clear medical explanation, whispers of a deeper mystery persisted, especially given Pope Francis's controversial reforms within the Church. Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio, was a transformative figure whose bold reforms shook the Catholic Church. He advocated for greater roles for women, supported the rights of the LGBTQ+ community, and urged the abandonment of rigid dogmatism. These changes polarized the Church, drawing criticism from conservative factions who believed he was undermining traditional values. Some Western commentators subtly suggested his death was conveniently timed, occurring at the height of tension over his reforms. A lingering question emerged. Was there an unseen hand paving the way for a more conservative, controllable successor? While no concrete evidence supports such claims, the Vatican's complex history, both sacred and secretive, fuels suspicion. As a Vietnamese proverb goes, water too clear has no fish, a person too good has no friends. The Vatican, with its intricate politics, is no stranger to such dynamics. Yet, amidst the speculation, the faithful are urged to trust in divine providence. As Jesus said, "Blessed are those who have AD." Pope Francis's death not only shocked the world, but also stunned it with the revelation of his personal wealth, a mere $100, according to Argentina's Ambito newspaper. In an era where wealth is measured by bank accounts and assets, this figure was a profound statement. The shepherd of 1.4 billion Catholics lived true to his vow of poverty, refusing a cardinal's salary, $4,700 to $5,900 per month, residing in the Vatican guest house instead of the lavish papal apartments, and traveling by foot, subway, or bus. Born into a working-class immigrant family in Argentina, Francis worked as a nightclub bouncer and chemical technician before joining the Jesuits. His life was shaped by empathy for the marginalized. He wasn't just the Pope of the poor, but the poorest, richest man, his true wealth lying in his spiritual legacy: compassion, humility, and a call for peace. In a materialistic world, he lived as if death required nothing to carry, for his greatest treasures, integrity and love, were already with him. He once said, "I vowed poverty. It is my chosen path." The $100 in his account wasn't poverty, but a testament to a life unbound by materialism. His legacy is a towering spiritual monument, resonating like cathedral bells across generations. Pope Francis reshaped not only the Church in life, but also its traditions in death. Rejecting the custom of burial in 3 stacked coffins, He chose a single wooden coffin lined with zinc. Instead of displaying his body on a catafalque, it was placed in an open casket for the faithful to pay respects. Most remarkably, he became the first pope in over a century to be buried outside the Vatican, at the Basilica of Saint Mary Major in Rome. This choice reflected his devotion to the Virgin Mary and his desire to remain close to the people, even in death. The basilica, located in central Rome, is accessible to all, embodying the spirit of a pope who urged the Church to step beyond its walls to reach the marginalized. His simple funeral arrangements were a reminder that faith lies not in grandeur, but in service and devotion. Pope Francis's death was not an end but a poignant pause, inviting deep reflection. He passed shortly after his Easter message, as if completing his final mission, a call for peace, love, and higher values. Journalist David Gill described the scene as thousands flocked to St. Peter's Square upon the news, many weeping but filled with gratitude for his life's work. Over his 12-year papacy, he redefined the role of a pope, forsaking a crown for a cross. He championed the vulnerable, critiqued consumerism, extremism, and selfish living. His final plea, "Live for peace, not for hatred," was a heartfelt farewell that moved millions to tears. He taught that a person's worth lies not in possessions, but in their impact on the world. In an age of misinformation and doubt, he reminded us, trust in people breeds skepticism. Trust in media breeds confusion. But trust in God brings peace. His passing, though abrupt, was a call to pause, listen, and live faithfully. As the world watches, cardinals will soon gather in a conclave to elect Pope Francis's successor. Who will carry forward his revolutionary reforms? Will the Church continue to evolve in a rapidly changing world? These questions loom large, but Francis's legacy will remain a guiding light. In the coming days, masses for the late Pope will be held worldwide, and his funeral will be a moment for reflection on faith and service. Despite countless theories surrounding his death, what endures is the image of a pope who lived fully for love, humility, and dedication. It is said that life is like a bird flying across the earthly plain, soaring onward to the heavens. Pope Francis was such a bird. He was not merely the Church's leader, but a symbol of compassion and hope in a fractured world. Pause, heed his message, and trust in divine providence. His legacy resides not in vaults, but in the hearts of billions worldwide. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. Pope Francis lived, loved, and departed, but his light will shine forever.